Hey everybody, it's me, Rebecca Privatera, monthly and quarterly Beachbody Challenge winner who's lost 214 pounds. So I get questioned a lot where my motivation came from. So I know that I probably dragged the story in the ground, but my story actually started, I grew up my entire life overweight, and I wasn't an athletic child, and I wasn't into sports or into anything really athletic. So in May of 2011, my mother-in-law invited me to do a 5K, which I completed. It took me an hour and 14 minutes. I was 29 years old and 381 pounds, and it was a 5K that about killed me. It was grueling on my body, and this is the 5K that just really made me think that I really needed to change. My body hurt. I was embarrassed finishing last, and I'll never forget that embarrassment. But for me, I was not acceptable. I understand people tell me all the time, but you finished. I know I finished, but I just didn't realize how out of shape I was. So when I started training in June of 2011 and I started doing cardio and I picked up my Beachbody DVDs, my goal was I was going to be able to run a 5K, and I was going to be able to complete it without walking. And that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to finish one without walking. I wanted to finish in a decent amount of time, and I did that. So I started losing weight. In the first 6 months, I lost about 60 so pounds. I think it was like 66 pounds. And then I had lost another 100 or so in 2012, and it continued to keep progressing to where I am now. So I don't really set goals of weight. There's always something. So like last year I wanted to do 13 races, and I did. So I did one half marathon, I did two 10Ks, and then I did about 10 5Ks. And I ran them. Some of them I walked, but I did go back to that one I started out in May of 2011, and I finished that 5K in 34 minutes and 55 seconds. And I was extremely proud of that time because I remembered going through the course, and I almost cried because I remembered at certain points of the course where I wanted to quit the first time I had been there. And going through it and feeling alive and being able to do it without stopping was just an amazing accomplishment for me. So what I try to tell people is that, yes, the weight came off, but it wasn't because I set out to lose 214 pounds. I never set out to lose any amount of weight. It was I wanted to run a 5K. So this year my goal is I want to be able to do one pull-up. I don't care if it's one. If I can do one full body pull-up without kipping, just a hanging, just pull up, I'm going to be satisfied. So that's my goal this year. So I'm working on my upper body strength, and I'm getting stronger, and I'm practicing my pull-ups and developing my muscles, and I know that this is something I will be able to do. So whenever you go to make your goals, think off scale. Think of other things that you can do that are going to keep you motivated. If you're just going by that scale, you're not going to stay motivated. And keep your friends and your family interested in your goals, and you'll go even further. Thanks, everybody.